funniest is the
You are now tuned in.
He's the funniest in the world.
To the hottest podcast with your host, Big Holla.
All right, y'all. I want to welcome y'all to my game review for the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Los Angeles Rams. But first off, man, I want to thank y'all for watching. This video was proudly sponsored by Diamond Sound Production. For all your video needs, visit www.diamond/sound/production.com. Don't forget to check out the merchandise shop on the website and grab your fire t-shirts today. But look, man, just in case y'all forgot, this is who I am. This is right here is what I do. This is the Diamond Crew. But I want to give a shout out to my G's and my OGs. But you already know what to do. But if you're new to the channel and you like content like this, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to like. I need you to comment. I need you to subscribe. I need you to do all that to keep hotter in rotation. But let's get right into it. Look, the date and time, Sunday, October 8th at 3:05 p.m. The game will be located at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. The weather is going to be perfect. It's going to be about 80 degrees, a perfect day for the Philadelphia Eagles to come in somebody else's house and get the dub. The Philadelphia Eagles currently sit at 4-0, one of the only undefeated teams left in this league, us and the San Francisco 49ers. Tomorrow is not the day where we want that to change. All right, y'all. The Los Angeles Rams, they currently sit at 2-2. So they a 500 team, you know, they looking to get a win, you know, so we got to make sure that does not happen, not on our watch. The Eagles offense, we currently sit around 5th in the league, which is pretty good. You know, we would like to, you know, move up a little bit, but at the same time, man, I feel like the offense is going to get right back to work, just like we did last week. We should get right back to rolling, because their defense is currently sitting around 16th. So, you know, there is some ways we can exploit this defense, especially with this really good offensive line, you know, trying to hold out Aaron Donald as much as possible, feeding the running back, and you're also feeding the receivers as well, and getting Dallas Goedert involved. You know, this is all important. But the concern to me is our defense. You know, we currently sit around 15th in the league ranking wise, you know, so that's something that concerns me. I'm hoping that the Eagles could have a bounce back game. I'm looking for Sean Desai to come out and really show us what he about, because we should win this game. You know, with their offense sitting around 13th, I think that, you know, we could definitely stop them as much as possible and keep them off the board. Even though we talking about Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, Tutu, and Atwell, you know, these guys are all good players, a really good receiving core. Like I said, man, this is one of the best receiving cores I think we're going to see so far this year. But I definitely think that we're going to scratch out the dub this week. But I want to get into the injury report, man, for the Philadelphia Eagles. Britton Covey, he's questionable right now. We don't know if he's in or out yet. We're still waiting on that. But for right now, he is questionable. But a big deal, we have defensive tackle Fletcher Cox. He is out. He did get an epidural shot in his back a few days ago. So that's going to give the rookie, the baby Rhino, y'all know his name, Jalen Carter, the start. So we're going to look forward to that. Also, bad news, Cam Jurgens is out with a foot injury this week. And we hoping that he can rest up and get back to playing football in the next few weeks. Him and Fletcher Cox. Defensive tackle, Marlon T. He has a tricep injury. He is out. So we have Sidney Brown. This is major. Sidney Brown, safety, hamstring, out. He will not be playing. So there's a question still, you know, who's going to play that safety, because I don't know if I like what I seen out of Terrell Edmonds last week. So I was hoping that Sidney Brown would be available for this game, but he is not. So who will come in and fill that role? On the better side of things, Justin Evans, who has played well before his injury, he will be available this week along with Quez Watkins. So we're looking to see what Quez Watkins can do, because it looks like to me that Olamide Zaccheaus is probably making the case why he should be the number 3 wide receiver on this team. But if Quez Watkins gets a shot this week, he has to show us why we should keep him on this team and why he should not get moved before the trade deadline. So let's get into the Rams injury report real quick. Alec Jackson, hamstring, he didn't practice on their last report. Deshaun Johnson, he didn't practice with a thumb injury. Joe Noteboom had a groin injury. He did not practice. Linebacker Christian Rosboom, he had a neck injury. He did not practice. Leading running back Kai Reb Williams had a hip injury. He did not practice. So that's something to look out for. He is their leading back. Will he be available or will not? We do know that Matthew Stafford, who was on the injury report, with a little hip pointer, he was in full practice and he will be playing. And also major news and something for the Eagles to look out for, Cooper Kupp will be playing. He had his 21-day window activated earlier this week. He practiced all week. He will be playing. We have to make sure that we neutralize Kupp, Puka, and this receiving core. Those are one of the things that I'm worried about. But let's get into some key players to watch, man. The Philadelphia Eagles, we already know, numero uno, Jalen Hurts. We're looking at him to have a great game. I'm hoping and praying that he can get back off to the start that he had last week. I really think Jalen Hurts is really starting to unfold his talents and everything that we're about to see. A.J. Brown is another key player for me as well. Another player who had a great game the last 2 games. Like I said, over 130 yards the last 2 games with putting touchdowns on the board, especially in key moments. So I'm definitely looking forward to him to having a great game. And the other monster receiver that we got on the other side, the other outside, Devontae Smith. He's always a player that you have to watch. He's a great player. He makes plays when we need him. Just like last week, right before we went into the half, we were down. Devontae Smith made a great catch, to put us in field goal range and reduce that deficit. Another player who I think who needs to have a good game this week is Darius Slay. With this receiving core that they're going up against, probably being one of the best in the league, that guy has to be on his job. And look, Darius Slay is a great player. He's a veteran in this league. We know that he can play the game. We have no issues, but we just know that he has to have a better game this week. Also, man, we got James Bradbury, another player who we have to see. We have to, man. You have to show up on the outside and neutralize these receivers. Last game you played in the slot. I would like to see you back on the outside with another slot corner to take your spot. Who that would be, I'm not sure if it's going to be Bradley Roby, the guy who we just brought in from the Saints. He has been practicing all week, but at the same time, I'm not sure if he and Sean Desai will be on the same page at such an important position on the field. Let's get into the key players to watch for the Rams. In my opinion, I think it's definitely Matthew Stafford. He is injured, but he's definitely a great player when you can let him sit in the pocket and pick you apart. So that's not what we want to do. That's not what we want to do. We want to make sure we keep Matthew Stafford moving around in the pocket, making fast decisions, and hopefully we can get some mistakes and some turnovers on the account or on the arm of Matthew Stafford. Another player is Cooper Kupp, man, one of the best receivers in the league. This is his first game back. He's looking to come out and have a great day to show everybody he right back to it. And also Puka Nacua, he's probably rated the best rookie in the league right now, having a great season. Somebody who we cannot let get lost out there in the middle of the field. Really good route runner, really good speed, great hands. So we have to make sure that we neutralize these 2 guys. Aaron Donald should be on everybody's radar. One of the most dominant defensive tackles in the league. Could really change the trajectory of this game if we let him penetrate and put his hands on Jalen Hurts. So we have to protect Jalen Hurts from Aaron Donald this week. It's very important that we do that. And Tyler Higbee, man, because we always have a problem guarding the tight ends in this league. In the middle of the field has been a problem for us all year. So we have to make sure that we neutralize Tyler Higbee and keep him from eating up the middle of the field. We have had some great linebacker play with Nicholas Morrow and Cunningham, but, those guys are huge tacklers. They fly around. They can get to the quarterback. I'm not saying that they're not good in coverage, but that's not their strong point. So we have to make sure we keep if it's the nickel, whoever, maybe some linebacker help, safeties. We need somebody to make sure Tyler Higbee does not have a good day. I want to get into something real quick, man, because this is extremely important. The Eagles and the Rams, they have faced off over 43 times, with the Eagles holding a slight edge at 22 wins to 20, with one tie. The Eagles have won the last 5 out of their last 6 meetings, with the Rams winning their most recent encounter. And I think that was in the playoffs. So this could be a get back game for us. We also can think about, in 2017, the Rams was the team that knocked Carson Wentz out of the game, for the rest of the season. We did go on to win a Super Bowl that year. But at the same time, man, that's a sore spot for us. We want to make sure that we come out and we show proof and we don't have any more, and we try to mitigate the injuries. We don't really want that going on. We know this is a good tackling team, so we want to make sure that we keep Jalen Hurts safe, because we do not want to come out this game, with a hurt quarterback or anybody hurt, So make sure y'all keep track of that. In my opinion, the Eagles have the stronger roster. In my opinion, we also have the best chance of winning. However, the Rams present a formidable receiving core, making this game a potential dogfight, man. So, I want to make sure that's why I'm bringing this up so much. We have to neutralize these receivers. The Eagles have struggled, defensively this year due to personal coaching issues, in my opinion. So we need to make sure we make these improvements offensively. We make these improvements defensively, but I still think that the Eagles have the edge. But, we all know that defense improvements are needed. Let's get into the keys to victory. To me, I feel like the Philadelphia Eagles have to start fast. We have to start fast, and we have to improve our red zone efficiency. We have not been scoring when we get in the red zone. If we can turn around and score in the red zone, we could probably be able to put these teams away super, super early. So I know that that should have been a key point for the Eagles all week, is to make sure that we figure out how to score in the red zone. And as I've been saying, neutralizing the Rams receivers are the key to success. Sacking Matthew Stafford is crucial for the Eagles, putting him in the ground, making them make fast decisions. And hopefully, like I said, we get some quick turnovers out of that. We have to have effective cornerback play. It's essential that we do that, that we counter fast, with opposing QBs, and make sure we're not letting these guys just sit in the pocket and do what they want. Wait till their receivers get open, kill us in the middle of the field. Well, we got to stop that this week, and then I think that we'll be able to put this game away with a double-digit score. Coaching is a big deal for me. Being able to adjust, these things are vital, to the success of this team. We got to make sure we properly utilize these players like Dallas Goedert. We have to get him the ball. We have to get him involved. We have to exploit these matchups. There is a matchup between A.J. Brown and A. Witherspoon. Brown, in past success, he killed Witherspoon last year against because I think Witherspoon played for Pittsburgh, and A.J. Brown had one of the best games of the year against Witherspoon. So we got to make sure if we see Witherspoon lined up against AJ. We take advantage of that. It's already fresh on his mind that AJ is one of those guys that can burn you in a heartbeat. So we got to make sure we get him involved. Home field advantage is in favor of the Rams, but the Eagles have already secured 2 road wins this year. So it's not like, we don't know how to go on the road and win. We do. So I think that the Eagles will do that this week. The Eagles are the favorites to win, by a field goal. The current point spread is -4 over the Rams, with a total of about 50.5 points. So that means that it's going to be a high scoring game, according to some of the betting websites. It's going to be a high scoring games, but the Eagle will be able to edge this one out by around 4 points. Winning this game, in my opinion, is pivotal for the Eagles. If the Cowboys come out and by a miracle beat the Niners, which I don't think will happen, and we win, that would secure us as the only undefeated team left in the league. And look, man, by a record, we would be the best team. But like everybody thinks, the 49ers are going to come out and beat the Cowboys. And if that happens and we win, then that means we will put a little bit of space between us and them in the division, which is a win for us as well. I'm happy to say, as long as we win, no matter what happened in that game, we're going to be all right. This game promises, to be an exciting clash between 2 competitive teams with a lot of history. With the Eagles aiming to extend their winning streak and solidify their position in the division, that's what we want to see. But look, man, stay tuned for an action-packed Sunday, afternoon in SoFi Stadium. It's going to be good. It's going to be great. But if you're still watching this and you still tuned in and you feel like this video helped you out, do the channel a favor. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you always up to date, because Hada always coming with that work. But for now, Hada out.